this is a message for my 22 heroes who helped me achieve my goal of reaching $2,000 before March 15th, which would be marking the end of the first phase of my campaign. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Alexander Cliff-Destopoulos, and I am a very proud Canadian. I have worked respectively in the fashion industry, fashion illustrator, as a hairstylist trained at Vidal Sassoon, as an artist, and the art is right behind you as you can see, as a lover of animals, which I need not elaborate more on, and recently as a blogger for a blog that I created called the Alive Star Post. And the subject of the blog was staying positive and living through an illness on your way back to wellness. And the blog is called the Alive Star Post. And the painting of the tulips that you see is the second part of my Victory Awareness campaign, and essentially the money that I've raised, $2,000 to date, and it's not a closed page. People can still go and contribute 5, 10, 25, whatever they want, whatever they can afford. You have the option of an anonymity, so people don't have to see what your donation amount was. Anyways, I met that target with no help through the media outlets that we're used to looking at in the city, such as Global News and City News. I approached them, but they obviously thought my story wasn't worth telling. So I'm grateful to them, actually, because by behaving the way that they did and showing me how insignificant they seem to think my contribution, my desire to pay back all the great doctors that saved my life, that are under the umbrella of our great Canadian healthcare system, all my supporters and friends who know me and have known me for years, who stood behind me through all of this, all of those people and all of you, because I want to give back. And I am going to read you a message that I sent out to my 22 heroes who know who they are for helping me achieve the target that I set out for myself with no outside help. I want to thank all of you amazing individuals for what your support has allowed me to do. By bringing my message about the stigmas I experienced when I announced that after 3 anxiety-filled months, I had finally been diagnosed with cancer. Overnight, people I had communicated to through my Facebook page for years vanished. This devastated me further than I needed it to happen. It was by my using the word cancer that it was as if by using the word cancer, they immediately assumed that I was already dead and they just didn't want to have to deal with anything that would bring them down, which is really sad when someone's been living day to day with the anxiety of not knowing what it is that they're suffering from. Okay, so I say, those of you who have known me personally for many years also know that I've suffered for a long time with chronic pain from Crohn's, 20 years to be precise. I promised myself at the outset of my diagnosis and early treatment that if I lived, I would bring my experience to the public to address prevalent fears. After all the miraculous breakthroughs and cures people in society are still associating with the word cancer. Clearly, as I proved, they were wrong, that cancer does not equal death. And I wanted to give back to to the doctors, scientists, nurses, technicians, and their excellent treatment to me during my journey back to life and wellness. Finally, I wanted to give back to my country, Canada, which I am so proud of for having been afforded the privilege of being treated with faith, hope, and compassion, and cured of cancer. I'm keeping that promise that I made to myself, not just with this campaign, but as long as I have the good fortune of a life, despite many of its great successes and many of its extreme lows, to use my story, all of it, to leave our world a better place. I will never be able to thank all of you, my 22 heroes, enough with words. I am crying at this moment, not with tears of sadness, but only gratitude to all of you. Especially those of you that have never met me and believe that I could make a difference. My victory has indeed become yours. And the lesson of endurance that even all adversaries we face and overcome show us just how precious life really is. So, March 15th, this Sunday, is not the end of my Victory Awareness campaign and its message, but it's just another step towards all of our ascensions, towards the bright stars shining above this wonderful world of ours. I am so blessed, aren't I, Buster? And it's only because of U22. And imagine what U22 could turn into if everyone who hears me speak and sees what I've done and what I'm doing feels the same kind of passion you did and I did, and contributed to the Victory Awareness fundraising campaign. All you have to do is Google the Alive Star post. There's a category out of 17 categories on the post that I designed and administered and created the content for and the writing for, and it says the Victory Awareness campaign. You can find out all about that campaign. And then maybe you can be a hero, not just for me, but your fellow Canadians and probably the rest of the world. So that's my thank you to all of you, and I'll be back. I am blessed. My name is Alexander Clift Efstathopoulos. I'm a proud Canadian, and I am a cancer survivor. Buster, did you know that we're on social media? You know that? You don't care, do you?